Just say Your Highness.
All right, this is Rooted Speech, man. We got Captain Tywar in the building. Yeah. So, Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rooted Speech, man. Understand, I'll break it down right quick,
Don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine. Big glow, I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. These fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts. Very large caliber on very small gaps. Compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak would have been shot you. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate. Wreck like King Konga. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage to the king. I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West about put me up in a starship. About to fly the friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designers charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had fringes on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, no Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting fouled, shoot you like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and the nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a park, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart, one West when I'm finished, one West.
Shalom Israel, this is Isupk Monday night Brotherhood class. I'm Officer 5,000 Yaradan, you know what I'm saying, holding it down tonight. I got my main man, as usual, Officer 1,000 Karyash in the building. You know what I'm saying, we get right to your questions. If you have any questions about Brotherhood or whatever the case may be, put your questions in the group chat, we'll get to them ASAP. You know what I'm saying, if we got no questions in the room, we got any questions in the room? Get right into my topic then, all right? Topic today we going over, you know what I'm saying, is premature celebration. You know what I'm saying? Before you know, supposed to get in celebration mode. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to have a victory. It's supposed to be, everything is supposed to be in the books. Everything is supposed to be done. Us as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in this place, we always celebrate prematurely. And why do I say that? Because, of course, you know what I'm saying, when you have small victories here and there, you know what I'm saying, it feels good, you know what I'm saying, to our people. And our people just want to sit up and celebrate. But we have a long way to go to get where the Most High wants us to be, you know what I'm saying? So we are not to be, you know what I'm saying, in our oppressor's land, you know what I'm saying, with our people in the conditions that we are in, you know what I'm saying, celebrating like we, you know what I'm saying, we are in our own kingdom because we're not close. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of work to do as a unit, you know what I'm saying, to receive the victory that the Most High has for us, you know what I'm saying? So with that, I want to let's go to Proverbs first. Proverbs chapter 3 and 31, priest, if you could. Grab for me Proverbs 3 and 31. We get right into our topic. If you could too, have that first video, you know, on deck for me. And if you want to interject at any time, priest, you know, feel free. You got that for me?
No, sir.
All right, let's get it.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Envy what?
Thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
What we got to understand is, you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians in this land we in, you know what I'm saying, we've been oppressed. We have an oppressor in this place. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us, you know what I'm saying, when we get to the point of where we feel like, you know what I'm saying, we can join our oppressor, we do so. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing and it's a sad case. You know what I'm saying? Because we, you know what I'm saying, are to not join this oppressor, not to envy any of his ways, not to take upon any of his ways. Don't choose none of his ways. You know what I'm saying? How you see the white man celebrating these wicked holidays and different things of that nature, the things that happen in this country. You know what I'm saying? Just like this past week, you know what I'm saying, all our people celebrating Juneteenth. We're going to give you a little education on Juneteenth as well, because, you know what I'm saying, as much as they would say this was a, you know what I'm saying, a declaration of our independence, you know what I'm saying, or the black independence here in America, you know what I'm saying, we going to show you what the real meaning of Juneteenth was when it was established in 1865. You know what I'm saying? 2 years after the so-called Emancipation Proclamation. So you got 2 years after, you know what I'm saying, that, you know what I'm saying, so-called Abraham Lincoln supposedly freed the slaves. Man, you finally find out about it in 1865, and the general at the time, he's gonna tell you exactly what Juneteenth really meant, you know what I'm saying, to the slaves, you know what I'm saying, and it wasn't, you know, emancipation, you know what I'm saying. So we are not to envy our oppressors and try to choose none of his ways. If you could bring up that first video, you know what I'm saying, that's I think that's the 5-minute joint. Then we'll play the shorter video after that to show, you know what I'm saying, that what happened behind that.
The first one you sent me, right, sir?
Yeah, kind of. See, what we got to understand as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is that, you know what I'm saying, it's still, we're still living in a land of our oppressors. We still living behind enemy lines. You know what I'm saying? It's a vicious thing, you know what I'm saying, for a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian to, you know what I'm saying, to get to a certain status and feel like, you know what I'm saying, that they have made it in this place when everything can be stripped from you at any second in this place. You know what I'm saying? We have tons, if you look up tons of entertainers trying to, you know what I'm saying, envying their oppressors, trying to live their life like the oppressor lives, and find out very quickly how how their life is not the same as their oppressor. You know what I'm saying? If you look at what Puff Daddy is going through right now, you will see exactly what I mean. If you look up any, you know what I'm saying, entertainer, Bill Cosby, you know what I'm saying, R. Kelly, all of these men that's, you know what I'm saying, that envied the life of their oppressor, tried to choose his ways. And this is what you end up with, you know what I'm saying? The latest story we got on deck, Tyler Perry, and what the things that he doing, you know what I'm saying, in the movie industry. How many executive producers do you think live that type of lifestyle, Karyash? You know what I'm saying, where they come on to, you know what I'm saying, actresses and actors that they want to sleep with, and, you know what I'm saying, different things of that nature, and use their power to receive sexual favors and different things of that nature.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of them, sir.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't all of them, it's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have to pay the same penalties that, you know what I'm saying, you have to pay, you know what I'm saying, in those positions. You got that video for me?
Can I say it right?
Yeah, let's get it.
Celebration on the water.
Black Yacht Weekend is a floating party celebrating culture, fun, and new experiences. Shaniqua Davis joins us with more. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. So you founded this entire thing, which started in 2020. So this is year 5. And now we are talking much more than a party on the water.
Yes. It has evolved from a small gathering of like maybe 5 boats to being, we have people flying in from all over the world actually at this point. So it's a nationally recognized event. And we do events throughout the weekend on land and on the water. We have 23 events taking place between Thursday and Sunday.
Wow. So it's just a lot more than just parties,
yes,
right?
Definitely.
It's very curated, and you've done that.
Yes, every event, everything that goes out is intentionally designed to make sure that we are reaching our audience and celebrating the mission of, not only is it Juneteenth weekend, but it's also just a celebration of community, freedom, excellence, and, with people coming in to Chicago for the first time. A lot of people are coming into Chicago for the first time and they get to see that Chicago has this huge lake. A lot of people don't even know that Chicago has the beauty of the skyline, and they get to experience all the things that the city has to offer.
And we're looking at this video right now of all the boats. I'm assuming this is in the playpen.
Yes, this is in the playpen.
So this is the big party on Saturday.
Yes, this is the big party. So the Saturday party is like the highlight of the weekend. So, everybody rents. I think we'll have between 800 and 1,000 boats on the water. We have
not people, but boats.
Wow. Yes. So we have people are actually bringing in boats from around neighboring states. It's a really, really big thing to where everybody gets out on the water. You're making friends. Some people are like, they're becoming family. I like to think of the weekend like a big family reunion or homecoming for people who have never got the chance to experience this experience on the water.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about sharks, and it sounds like the weather is going to be really good too.
God, yes.
Yeah,
the weather worked out.
So as you see, you know what I'm saying, like, and this goes to show, you know what I'm saying, our women, and not to put, you know what I'm saying, it all on the women, but, you know what I'm saying, because we follow right along suit with them too as men get into the mentality of always trying to party and just have a good time. You know what I'm saying? She talking about this, it was established in 2020, right after, you know what I'm saying, like during what time? What was happening? Could you remind me what was happening in 2020, Karyash?
What wasn't happening in 2020?
COVID-19.
All that, the riots, everything that was going on.
Damn.
Yeah, that was an eventful year.
That was an eventful year, but more than anything, that should have showed black people at that time it wasn't no time to be celebrating. Definitely not celebrating on no boat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just look at the symbolism when it comes down to these things. you know what I'm saying, at what we choose to do. You celebrating so-called freedom, you know what I'm saying? Let's let the brother read, you know what I'm saying, with the Juneteenth. I sent you a text of the quote what the general was reading, was telling, you know what I'm saying, he was addressing, you know what I'm saying, what Juneteenth in 1865 really is symbolic of. This is what Juneteenth, you know what I'm saying, this really stands for, you know what I'm saying, in Galveston, you know what I'm saying, Texas, you know what I'm saying, this is the general speaking, you know what I'm saying. Read.
Come on, sir. It was June 19, 1865, when Major General Gordon Granger and his Union troops arrived at Galveston.
They arrived at Galveston, read.
With news that the war had ended and that the enslaved were now free. Granger delivered General Order Number 3, which said the people of Texas are informed that in accordance with the proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free.
All slaves are free. Now, this is right after the Civil War. You know what I'm saying? As you know what I'm saying, the Civil War was the North and the South, you know what I'm saying, battling over the State of the Union. You know what I'm saying? Whether it was going to allow, you know what I'm saying, the Southern states to continue to keep slaves, you know what I'm saying, or they was going to have to, you know what I'm saying, convert like the North and supposedly have free, you know what I'm saying, black people, you know what I'm saying, in their land. Read.
Come. The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free. This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves, and the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired labor.
Read that part for me again, if you could, Priest, so they could get the gist of what this is saying.
This involves an absolute equality of personal rights and rights of property between former masters and slaves.
This is saying, like, okay, no longer, you know what I'm saying, do you have the moniker of belonging to somebody? You know what I'm saying? You know, you're equal right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna zero you out. But what they not telling you in this is that all slave masters got reparations for losing you. You know what I'm saying? As a slave. You know what I'm saying? They not telling you that part. You know what I'm saying? So they gonna make y'all all equal, and then read.
Come. And the connection heretofore existing between them becomes that between employer and hired labor.
So you're no longer slave masters and slaves. You are now considered employees and hired labor. And now, over almost 200 years later, Karyash, we sitting up in here in America, you know what I'm saying, 40 years from being 200 years, or about 160 years. And we still the employer, you know what I'm saying, which is our oppressor, you know what I'm saying, and the hired labor, you know what I'm saying, on down to the millionaires that we look up to, you know what I'm saying? You look up to, you know, Oprah. Oprah just came out, well, they was just talking to Taraji P. Henson and how she was, you know what I'm saying, how she had mentioned when she did Color Purple that she didn't feel like she got a proper payment, you know what I'm saying? And everybody thought she was talking about Oprah. And Taraji made it clear, no, Oprah, you know, Oprah has, you know what I'm saying, somebody over her as well, you know what I'm saying? That's going to hand out them checks. So you got to understand that the people that you look up to, it's still just hired help, man. You know what I'm saying? You look up to LeBron James like he just, you know what I'm saying, just all powerful, you know what I'm saying? And he's a high price slave, you know what I'm saying? He's a paid slave. You know what I'm saying? It's a book called, what's the name of the book, Priest? $40 million slave?
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And it just talks about athletes and entertainers and how they do get a wealthy amount of salary, but at the end of the day, they are still just slaves, man. You should not, you know what I'm saying, be satisfied living in a 40-room mansion, you know what I'm saying, with your, you know what I'm saying, 6 odd family members, you know what I'm saying, and you can look at your community and your people, you know what I'm saying, as they're impoverished, you know what I'm saying, barely feeding themselves, barely have housing and different things of that nature. One thing that I can respect about somebody like Kobe Bryant, at least Kobe Bryant did do something for homelessness in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? But that's what all of these superstars are supposed to be doing. Not just, you know what I'm saying, a select few. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is supposed to look at the homelessness that is happening across the face of the United States and across the world, period, and try to do something for it, especially your people. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody else is going to have love for your people like you do. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, give me that second video if I could, please. So this was, you know what I'm saying, the whole Black Yacht Weekend breakdown. That's what it was. This lady established this in 2020. You know what I'm saying, where they come out, they party, they be on boats next to each other, having a good time, drinking, partying, etc. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happened this year. You know what I'm saying, at this big celebration that our people do, you know what I'm saying, which boggles my mind, you know what I'm saying, that Black people don't see these things and see that the Lord is not with these things. Because the Isupk has tons of celebrations, you know what I'm saying, that we supposed to celebrate because this is what the Most High ordained in the scriptures that we celebrate. You know what I'm saying, all the feasts and high holy days that are written in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? And we come together for all of these things. And Kariach just so miraculously, don't nobody end up dead. Don't nobody end up injured. You know what I'm saying? At all of these gatherings that we come together on. All these celebrations that we come together on. You know what I'm saying? That the Lord said that you're supposed to. You got to understand. You got to stop doing what your filthy mind come up with and do what the Lord wants you to do, man. You can't just, you know what I'm saying, just make up, you know what I'm saying, something to celebrate and just do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know if that is going to be causing a rift between you and your Father. You know what I'm saying? Which is art in heaven. You know what I'm saying? What you supposed to do and celebrate is written all up in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You got it, Priest?
So you ready for the video?
Yeah, let's go.
For the missing person at 63rd Street Beach has now turned into a recovery operation. These incidents, combined with other reports that we've heard throughout the weekend, has boat safety experts reminding people to take extra precaution on Lake Michigan.
Zari got talent. She was amazing. She was beautiful. She was sweet. She was kind.
A West Side vigil honoring the 27-year-old woman who was pulled from Lake Michigan on Saturday. Zahari Wall's family trying to make sense of her loss as Chicago police investigate her death. Police say she was found in the waters near Navy Pier. That same day, the Chicago Fire Department responded to reports of 2 people in Lake Michigan at 63rd Street Beach. Fire officials say 1 person got out. Divers and helicopters searched the area for the missing male, but the rescue mission turned into a recovery operation. This all playing out during the first weekend of summer that drew large crowds and several boats into Chicago's playpen.
What a lot of people don't realize is Lake Michigan acts as an ocean. You have to treat it as an ocean.
Brady Rule is a captain with Boat Safe Chicago, a group that works to prevent accidents on the water through safety training. He says this weekend's weather and the spike in boating activity were contributing factors to trouble on the waterways.
More people are coming out to rent boats to go out and enjoy the water, which is great. But because there's more boats, there's a little more inexperience and more accidents are going to happen.
The strong winds creating for dangerous conditions on boats and in the water.
And with high winds, anchors are coming off the ground. If you're not setting the anchor properly, you're going to slide into another boat.
Boat Safe Chicago sharing this video of a boat that U.S. Coast Guard officials say sunk into the water on Friday. Today, buoys seen floating above the sunken vessel to warn nearby boaters and swimmers. And in the suburbs, this video showing Lake County Sheriff's Marine Unit responding to the scene of a crash that left one person injured after a wave runner crashed into a boat.
Another resounding reminder for people as they continue to enjoy Lake Michigan. Know your limits if you choose to drink alcohol, and be mindful of what that does to your hydration as we have more hot days ahead.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool in summer, even during heat wave.
It just goes to show, you know what I'm saying, you know, a young sister, you know what I'm saying, you know, Lord be with her family, you know what I'm saying, 27 years old, lost her life, you know what I'm saying, on the boat, you know what I'm saying, they just trying to go out there and have a good time, not knowing that it's certain responsibilities that you gotta do when you go out there on them boats, you know what I'm saying? They just see the luxurious life, you know, our oppressor has. They can just lay out there, you know, and they bathing suits. They ain't got to put on no life jackets or nothing, Karyash, you know what I'm saying? They boat so stable because they actually is on a yacht. You know, they got, you know, what I was hearing, a lot of these, you know what I'm saying, brothers going out there and getting, you know what I'm saying, these speed boats, you know what I'm saying, thinking they on a yacht. You know what I'm saying? Thinking they could just lay out and be comfortable on a speedboat like you can be on a yacht, getting bounced all around the place. And that's the reason why this young sister done lost her life. You know what I'm saying? Trying to live the life of your oppressor, man. Trying to do the things that they do. You know what I'm saying? When right now is not the time to be partying. Just like me and the brother brought out, you know what I'm saying? Even when this was established, you know what I'm saying? Was it the time for you to be, you know what I'm saying, going out and, you know what I'm saying, being on a boat, you know what I'm saying, trying to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, or was it a time for you to be trying to galvanize your people, you know what I'm saying, for you to, you know what I'm saying, be worrying about the plagues that the Most High is putting on its place, you know what I'm saying, be having an understanding that, you know what I'm saying, the COVID-19, you know what I'm saying, is coming, you know what I'm saying, to show you the power of the Most High so you can stop living the type of lifestyle that you live in. For you can stop, you know what I'm saying, shaking your ass out here in these streets. For you can stop, you know what I'm saying, being a whore out here in these streets. For you can stop smoking weed. For you can stop hating your brother. For you can stop trying to sleep with your brother's woman. You know what I'm saying? These things is happening in the face of the earth, you know what I'm saying? The white man being the beast that he is because of you and what you're doing in this society, man. And you have to understand that as a Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian person. So with that, I want you to go to Ezekiel for me, please. Go to Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 20. Start at verse 21 for me.
You said 39 or 29?
39. 39 and 21.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 39 and verse 21. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them.
This is what the Most High is doing. You know what I'm saying? He's showing you through these different signs, and he's going to show these heathens exactly who he is. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Come. Verse 22. So the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God from that day and forward.
And from that day and forward, if you see all the things that the Most High is going to do, all the plagues that's coming to this place, if you don't see what's going on right now in so-called Israel, you know what I'm saying, and with the Iranians and what's happening with the U.S., you know what I'm saying, bombing, you know what I'm saying, those so-called nuclear plants of Iran, and Iran, you know what I'm saying, retaliating and different things of that nature. If you don't see the things that's finna happen in this place, man, you need to wake up and open up your eyes. Read.
Come. Verse 23. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity.
For what?
For their iniquity.
The house of Israel, you know what I'm saying, us Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we went into captivity, and we went into captivity. Why? Because of our iniquities. What is the iniquities of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Sinning against the Most High, man. Not following his law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Come. Because they trespassed against me.
Because they did what?
They trespassed against me.
You trespass against the Most High. When you doing all of these vicious things, using drugs, you know what I'm saying, abusing yourself, abusing your loved ones, you know what I'm saying, sleeping with, you know what I'm saying, women sleeping with men that's not their husbands, you know what I'm saying, being a whore out here in these streets, you know what I'm saying? When you doing all these things, you trespassing against the Most High. That's against the laws of the Most High in this place. Read.
Because they had trespassed against me, therefore hid I my face from them.
Then the Most High, what the Most High does, like any good father, you know what I'm saying? When you don't want to listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you go about your business and you figure it out. You see, you know what I'm saying, what this world have to offer without my guidance and my protection. You know what I'm saying? Like a great father that he is. You know what I'm saying? And we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, I don't know how much this world has to beat us down before we realize we need the Father not to hide his face from us no more. Right. We need to come back to his law, statutes, and commandments. We need to stop trespassing against him. Read.
Come. Therefore hid I my face from them and gave them into the hand of their enemies.
The Most High gave us into the hand of our enemies. That's the only reason why the white man has the power that he has. He has the power that he has because of the lifestyle you're choosing to live, because you choose to follow him and to try to live the lifestyle that he's living. You know what I'm saying? Because you had your way of life. You had the way that the Most High wanted you to live, how he wants you to celebrate, but you want to celebrate the way the white man wants you to celebrate on the days that the white man tells you to celebrate. That's what you would rather do. So the Lord let you have it. He puts you into the hand of your enemies. Read.
Come. So fell they all by the sword.
And so that's the reason why we lost every battle that we had in this place, because the Lord, he took his eyes off of us. He hid his face from us. He stopped, you know what I'm saying? He stopped protecting us from our enemies. Read.
Come. Verse 24. According to the uncleansing, it's like, according to the uncleanliness and according to their transgressions, have I done unto them and hid my face from them.
Read.
Verse 25. Therefore thus said the Lord God, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name.
So the Most High is coming back, and he will, you know what I'm saying, redeem his people. You know what I'm saying? And for his name's sake, to show how merciful he is. Read.
Come. Verse 26. After that, they have borne their shame, and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid.
This is the time that the Most High will, you know what I'm saying, when we have served the time, you know what I'm saying, that he's punished us with, and that we, you know what I'm saying, like our trespasses is done away with, meaning we come back to his law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
Come. When they dwelt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. Verse 27. When I had brought them again from the people, and gathered them out of their enemies' land.
Gathered them what?
Out of their enemies' land.
This is the time where it's going to be time to celebrate, man.
Right.
When we get gathered out of our enemies' land. Are we out of America yet, Kariaj? You know what I'm saying? Are we out of the ghettos, the barrios, and the reservations yet? You know what I'm saying? We still in the ghettos, y'all. It ain't nothing to celebrate. I don't know why you got your bottles popping, and you got the bottle girls coming to your sections and so all that. You know, all of that looks glorious and fine, but you still got to realize that you still being oppressed in this place. That your people are still in desolation in this place.
Right.
Read.
Come. It's like, and am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations.
And the Most High gonna clean us up before all of these nations, man. But before this happens, you have to let go of the things that you have, acquired in this place. You gonna have to let go of that drug habit. You gotta let go of that alcoholism. You gotta let go of that whoredom, that you have in your spirit. You got to let all these things go, in order for the Lord to sanctify you. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Come. And am sanctified in them in the sight of many nations. Verse 28. Then shall they know that I am the Lord their God, which caused them to be led into captivity among the heathen.
Read.
But I have gathered them unto their own land, and have left none of them any more there.
Read.
Come. Verse 29. Neither will I hide my face any more from them, for I have poured out my spirit upon the house of Israel, said the Lord God.
So the Most High, once all of these things is accomplished, the Lord ain't gonna hide his face from us no more. And that'll be a sign to celebrate, man. That's the time, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, are gonna be in a position to, pop some bottles. To really enjoy what's going on when we are properly have something to celebrate. Not a Juneteenth, a fake celebration for a time that just, changed the title, a slave owner to an employer, or your position from being a slave to just being a worker, like an employee. Come on, man, you got to aspire to be more. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are supposed to be ruling this world, and the only way we're gonna rule this world is for us to let go, of all the things that we've been taught in this place and follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's the only way we're gonna come back to our God and live the life that the Most High wants us to live. I want you to drop that out, grab for me 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 7. I'm there with you when you get it.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras. It's like the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6 and verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or what shall be the beginning of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
This is, a good question that's asked right here. Basically, this is talking about the ending of time. As you may think about it as the apocalypse or Armageddon, the end of this world as we know it, the end of, the world that we know, at this period of time, as we know, like who runs this world, we understand that Esau is running this place. Esau is in charge of everything that happens. If you see, all the war and desolation and destruction and the famines and all of these things going on, this is under Esau's reign, man. This is under the world that they have created and been able to create from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians not living up to our covenant with our Most High God. By us dropping the ball, not following the law, statutes, and commandments, we've been able to been put under a vicious leader, and the writer is asking the question. But read.
Come. Or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Verse 8. And he said unto me, from Abraham on to Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. All of these things was symbolic, of what was to come. You know what I'm saying? You know, you have Esau, you know what I'm saying, being born first, you know what I'm saying, being Isaac's firstborn. Then you have Jacob holding on to the heel of Esau. This is what was prophesied, you know what I'm saying, even, you know what I'm saying, in Genesis. Read.
Con, I don't want con. Verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
For Esau is the ending of the world, meaning this break it down for the people if you could, priest.
Come. As you saying, sir, like how you were saying before, you know, this is not our rest, this is not our freedom.
Damn right.
This is the end.
Right.
This is right here. This is the end of what we know today as the oppressor's freedom. Mm-hmm. And what's going to come after is going to be our freedom. So when this place falls, our true freedom is going to come.
Damn right. What's so heavy about what the brother is saying is this. You know what I'm saying? We have so many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that's so fearful about this war. This World War III and, you know, nuclear bombs and different things of that nature. And they so fearful about all these things and it's gonna be a grueling and a vicious time. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be something, you know what I'm saying, beautiful to everybody, you know what I'm saying, to watch and see. It's gonna be a lot of destruction, a lot of murder, a lot of killing, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of gory things are gonna happen in this place. You know what I'm saying? But you have to understand that the ending of this world means the beginning of your world. You know what I'm saying? That it's going to be glorious after all of this is said and done. You know what I'm saying? And this needs to happen for God, you know what I'm saying, holy word to be fulfilled, man. And for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to get out of the conditions that they are in. You know what I'm saying? So while you praying that, you know what I'm saying, that America don't go to war, you know what I'm saying, with this country, and this country don't jump into the war, and this country, you know what I'm saying, you hoping this country just, you know what I'm saying, chooses peace. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is going to have this happen in the fashion that he wants this to happen, because it's time for it to be an ending for this thing. You know what I'm saying? He's tired of seeing his people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, in a state of oppression all the time. You know what I'm saying? In a state, you know what I'm saying, where they're on the bottom, you know what I'm saying, looking like the villain of this world. When it all said and done, the biggest murderer on the face of the earth is running the earth and looking like the Prince of God. You know what I'm saying? Looking like, you know what I'm saying, like he can do no wrong. He washes his hand of any vicious thing that's done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? Look, they doing it to themselves. Ain't nobody telling them to use the drugs. Ain't nobody telling them to be whores. Ain't nobody telling them to eat the foods that they eating and different things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are in this condition, you know what I'm saying? You know, of course, because we sinned against our Father, but the oppression of this place leads to a lot of these destructive behaviors that you see on a daily basis. When you see black on black violence, it comes from a lot of different things that the white man is putting into place, called systematic oppression. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Verse 10, the hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Ezra, asked thou not. Verse 11, I answered them and said, O Lord, thou that bearest rule, if I have found favor in thy sight, verse 12, I beseech thee, show thy servant the end of thy tokens, whereof thou showest me part the last night.
So the prophet is coming to the Lord and asking him to show him, you know what I'm saying, the ending of times, you know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, what's so glorious about that is that we are seeing the fruition of all of these things coming into play, you know what I'm saying? And we are seeing the end of Esau coming and the beginning of Jacob to come after that. You know what I'm saying? I want you to drop that right there. Grab for me John chapter 11 and start at verse 47. You know what I'm saying? So we can see, you know what I'm saying, that even, you know, wicked man in this place, you know what I'm saying, knew what had to happen, you know what I'm saying, and we can see the spirit that, you know what I'm saying, that is on a lot of our people, you know, especially these Christian leaders, you know what I'm saying, that is, you know what I'm saying, that is totally against the Most High in Christ in this place. You know what I'm saying, totally against, you know what I'm saying, what needs to be established here on earth. You know what I'm saying? But read.
So which one you wanted?
John chapter 11 and verse 47.
This is the book of John, chapter 11, verse 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council, and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles.
What do we do for these men do many miracles? These are the chief priests and scribes coming together to have a discussion about what Christ is doing as he's on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Because Christ is going around and he's healing people and he's galvanizing blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians together. You know what I'm saying? To follow after him. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
If we do what?
All men, it's like,
if we
let him thus alone, all men will believe on him.
If we keep letting him go out here and do all these miracles and do all of these miraculous things, you know what I'm saying, all men is going to believe on him if we allow him to continue his ministry as it's going. Read.
Come. All men will believe on him, and the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
Both what?
Our place and nation.
This is what, you know what I'm saying, all rich, you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian men, you know what I'm saying, in prominent positions and power, you know what I'm saying, those Christian pastors, you know what I'm saying, those so-called leaders of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. This is what they feel, you know what I'm saying? If they allow, you know what I'm saying, you know, the body of Christ, you know what I'm saying, even to this day, if they allow the body of Christ to continue to work, then they're going to be removed out of their place. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be removed from the position that the white man put them in. Read.
Come. Verse 49. And one of them named
Caiaphas.
Named Caiaphas, being the high priest, that same year said unto him, Yea, ye know nothing at all. Verse 50. Nor consider that this is expedient for us, that one man should die for the people, and that the whole nation perish not.
And this is when, you know what I'm saying, Caiaphas, you know what I'm saying, being a wicked man, you know what I'm saying, being a wicked high priest, you know what I'm saying, proclaim that it's better for Christ, you know what I'm saying, even though he was galvanizing the people, even though he was, you know what I'm saying, you know, doing all of these, you know what I'm saying, miracles, changing people's lives, you know what I'm saying, putting people, you know what I'm saying, in a better position as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians at the time, you know what I'm saying, he proclaimed, and it's a true statement, that one man shall perish rather than the whole nation to perish. Read.
Verse 52. And not for the nation only, but that also he should gather together in one of the children of God.
You skipped the verse, please.
Verse 51.
God.
And this spake he not of himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Jesus should die for the nation.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, this just goes to show, you know what I'm saying, just because you're a wicked man, you know what I'm saying, don't it still doesn't mean that the Lord ain't gonna use you for what he want to use you for. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening, taking place with this wicked man, Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? You think the Lord ain't putting the spirit of war on him? You don't think the Lord is, you know what I'm saying, putting that spirit of greed on him to continue to do the things that he do? You know what I'm saying? That he's doing to set off this third world war? You You know what I'm saying? That he ain't putting that spirit into those heathens across seas, you know, Putin and all of these other leaders, Netanyahu and all these cats over there. You don't think he's putting that spirit up in there? He's putting that exact spirit up in all of these people to do and to accomplish what he wants to accomplish here on the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And Caiaphas, you know what I'm saying, was given that vision from the Most High. Read.
Come. Verse 52, and not for the nation only, but that also he should gather together in one the children of God that were scattered abroad.
Not just for the people that was there in Jerusalem, not just for the Jews, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, was born and raised to, you know what I'm saying, follow the law, statutes, and commandments, even though they wasn't following them. You know what I'm saying? But not just the Jews that was galvanized, but also the ones that were scattered abroad, because we had failed to these other nations and got scattered abroad because we wasn't following his law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua, our King, was supposed to come, you know, to give his life to galvanize the people. You know what I'm saying? Read.
Verse 53, then from that day forth, they took counsel together for to put him to death.
To do what?
For to put him to death.
This is what they wanted to do to our King Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? For him going around healing people, you know what I'm saying, teaching the word of the Most High power, you know what I'm saying, teaching people to follow the law, statutes, commandments. They wanted to put him to death, man. That's why, you know what I'm saying, when you see, you know what I'm saying, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians on the street corners, you know what I'm saying, with the moniker of Isupk, teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to do the same, that's why we hate it the most. That's why people want to try to put us to death. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that they know we follow our King Yahushua, and that's exactly the angst that those religious leaders and the civilians had on those religious leaders back at the same time. Read.
Come. Verse 54. Jesus therefore walked no more openly among the Jews, but went thence unto a country near to the wilderness, into a city called Ephraim, and there continued with his disciples.
And so our King Yahushua did what he had to do. He had to take cover until it was his time. Until it was his time to give up the spirit and do things the way that the Most High wanted them to be done. You know what I'm saying? And this, you know what I'm saying, is what we as blacks and Hispanics got to understand. Like, everything is going to happen in God's time, not on you know what I'm saying. What we have to do, you know what I'm saying, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, is to prepare. You know what I'm saying? We have to continue to prepare, you know what I'm saying, make sure that we are in proper position to do and accomplish what the Most High wants to get done, you know what I'm saying, in the fashion that he wants it done. You know what I'm saying? I want you to drop that, grab for me Philippians chapter 4 and verse 5, please.
You said 1 Corinthians?
Philippians 4 and start at verse 5.
This is the book of Philippians chapter 4 and verse 5. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand.
The Lord is at hand. This is, you know what I'm saying, what we have to do as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We have to prepare for the time that is about to come on this place. You know what I'm saying? For the day of the Lord is at hand. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that, you know what I'm saying, we ain't going to be able to live, you know what I'm saying, this you know what I'm saying, this lavish existence, you know what I'm saying, at the point that the Lord's day is at hand. You know what I'm saying? We got to understand that, you know, it's time to prepare for what's to come, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop, you know what I'm saying, going to the clubs every week and put up some MREs up in the joint, you know what I'm saying? Galvanize yourself together, you know what I'm saying? Get prepared for, you know what I'm saying, some desolate times, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop being tricked by the society. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a ton of our people is just saying different things like, Karias, this is what they always kill me with. They like, oh, you know what I'm saying, our government ain't gonna let us go to war.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna let them attack, you know what I'm saying, on American soil, Karias. You know what I'm saying? All of they gonna keep that, all that's gonna stay over there in the Middle East, and then they gonna rectify it before it come here though. And this is our people's mentality. But what you doing with that is essentially saying that you have chosen the white man to be your God. He's gonna be your protection. The only protection that you're gonna have is the Most High Power, and the Most High Power teaches us as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians to prepare. Read
Verse 5. Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand.
Read.
Verse 6. Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known unto God.
You be careful for nothing. That mean that, you know what I'm saying, that you just feeling like, you know, your money is gonna get you through this. Your money ain't what's gonna get you through this. But your prayer to the Most High is what's gonna get you past all these times. The things that you you know what I'm saying, that you gonna give to your people, that you're gonna galvanize together with your people. That's what's gonna get you through this time. You know what I'm saying? Us coming together as a nation. Read.
Come. Verse 7. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Verse 8. Verse 8. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think of these things.
Think of all of these things, man. Yeah, all of these things that's written off in the scriptures that's real. You know what I'm saying? Not what you know, the wickedness that's gonna come to your mind. Read.
Come. Verse 9. Those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do, and the God of peace shall be with you.
Read.
Verse 10. But I rejoice in the Lord greatly, that now at the last your care of me hath flourished again, wherein ye were also careful and ye lacked opportunity.
You was careful, but you lacked opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Read that again from the top.
The last your care of me hath flourished again, where ye were also careful and ye lacked opportunity.
Read.
Verse 11. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
This is what we have to learn as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You know what I'm saying? We living in this land right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's nice and it's beautiful, and you know, and you can go home tonight. Kayash say, man, I don't want chicken tonight, Kayash. I want some steak. Let me get some steak. You know what I'm saying? Give me some steak and some, you know what I'm saying, some what they put with the steak on, Kayash. What was the fires? Stuff to go with the steak, mushrooms on the steak, you know what I'm saying, with the gravy and all that. You know what I'm saying, grilled onions, all that stuff is lovely, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, and a drop of a dime, a drop of a hat, you know what I'm saying, and all of these things can be taken away from us, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, life as you know it, you know what I'm saying, would not be the same, and you be looking for the nearest, you know what I'm saying, fire, you know what I'm saying, that you can boil whatever you got in that can. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you got in that can, or whatever that MRE, you know what I'm saying, has inside of it is what you will be feasting on for that night. You know what I'm saying? To sustain yourself. And you got to be okay with that, man. You have to have that understanding, because this is what, you know what I'm saying, needs to happen, you know what I'm saying, in order for you to be in a proper position. You know what I'm saying? You are right now living lavish as a second-class citizen. You're not, you know what I'm saying, in a proper position in this place. But read.
Khan. Verse 12, I know both how to be abased, I know how to be abound. Everywhere and in all things I am instructed, both to be full and to be hungry, both to be abound and to suffer need.
I know how to live on both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to be able to struggle and be able to fight through. You know what I'm saying, when it's struggling time, and you got to know how to show your conduct when you live in lavish, when you have more of abundance. You have to be you have to be able to prepare for these times. You know what I'm saying, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And when you are abased or abound, if you have more than what you need, you know what I'm saying, then what you do is you display brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? You have brotherhood together when you're abased and you're bound. You know what I'm saying? For when you have more than what you need and you show brotherhood, that's what comes around to you. You know what I'm saying? But if you have the mentality right now that you're gonna go and you're gonna just prepare and you're gonna be down in that bunker by yourself, and you got all that lavish stuff like that, is you ain't gonna try to share with nobody, what you think the Most High gonna do to that bunker, Kyle?
Bunker busters go through that.
Damn right, that bunker will fall in on your goddamn head for you being the selfish bastard. You know what I'm saying? What you got to understand is that the Most High and Christ is coming back to judge this place. And if you have a selfish mentality like our people, you know what I'm saying, in this place, then you are gonna receive, you know what I'm saying, exactly what you trying to be like. You trying to be like your oppressor, you're gonna receive the punishment that your oppressor is gonna receive, because he's gonna receive that. He's gonna receive those nukes. He's gonna receive everything that the Most High has aligned for him to receive, for him being a wicked bastard on this earth. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be like him, you're going to receive exactly what he's going to receive. But read.
Come. Verse 13, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me.
Read.
Verse 14, notwithstanding ye have well done, that ye did communicate with my affliction. Verse 15, now ye Philippians know also, that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no church communicated with me as concerning giving and receiving, but ye only.
But ye is the only ones, you know what I'm saying? Like he's saying that they, you know what I'm saying, they had the right spirit in giving and receiving, you know what I'm saying? They had the right spirit, man. And these other churches, he ain't see it in no other church. You know what I'm saying? And any other gathering of people, you know what I'm saying? In the Isupk, you see this, and you don't see that from no other, you know what I'm saying, no other place on the face of this earth but the Isupk under Commanding General Yohana. I want you to drop that out for me, grab for me Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33. Let's get to it.
There's the book of Matthew chapter 6 and verse 33.
On that which.
But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
And all of these what?
Things shall be added unto you.
So we as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we are not supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know what I'm saying, to acquire everything on the face of the earth and worrying about just chasing a bag all the time. What we are supposed to be doing, which with the man in the Isupk, we understand more than anything. We supposed to be seeking the Most High's kingdom. And how do we receive the Most High's kingdom, Kari?
Right, so like you said in the last one, following the ordinances, under the law, statutes, and commandments.
And not only that, you know what I'm saying, it's a little bit more. What, you know what I'm saying, because, you know what I'm saying, I'm talking about, you know, you talking about us personally, we follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Right? So what needs to be done? What else needs to be done?
Endure.
We gotta endure, that's true. But what else? If we seeking the kingdom of God to come, what else has to happen before we personally follow the law, statutes, and commandments in Isupk. You know what I'm saying? We have to endure to the end. What else needs to be done in the process? So read the chapter. Read that verse again from the top.
This is verse 33. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
Read it. Read the rest of it. Read the rest of the chapter.
Verse 34. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof.
Okay. So what else needs to happen? You know what I'm saying, for the kingdom to come? We follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High personally. You know what I'm saying?
First.
Huh?
You gonna put it first?
We put it first. We put it first here in Isupk.
We gotta teach the people.
That's right. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for, Kyle. You know what I'm saying? We have to teach our people, you know what I'm saying, to do the same. This is when it's saying you seeking the kingdom, you're not just seeking the kingdom for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're seeking the kingdom for all blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. So that's what we're doing on a daily basis in the Isupk, is going out and teaching the word of the Most High to our people for us to get out of this condition as a whole. You know what I'm saying? The Most High, if it was just about an individual, you know what I'm saying, he would have been, you know what I'm saying, done swooped us up, you know, a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? This person, that person. I'm glad, you know what I'm saying, brothers like Commander Jenny Yohana, you know what I'm saying, after all of these years is still putting in the work to raise brothers up, because if it was before 2017, you know what I'm saying, Yaradan wouldn't be in the truth. Right. Yaradan wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying, teaching nobody's class. Yaradan would be in destruction, you know what I'm saying, he would be destroyed as a man, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we have to realize, you know what I'm saying, that we have to continue to, you know what I'm saying, do the work, you know what I'm saying, to get all of our people educated, you know what I'm saying, so us to get up out of this place, man. And then that's when the celebration comes. You know what I'm saying? The celebration is truly gonna come when blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians realize that we are in the condition that we are in because of how the lifestyle that we're living. And if we take the time to change and stop being so selfish and stop, you know what I'm saying, celebrating prematurely, you know what I'm saying, and we take the mindset, you know what I'm saying, of Christ, you know what I'm saying, our King, you know what I'm saying, and seeking the kingdom first for all our people, then, you know what I'm saying, we would get out of this condition. I want you to drop that, man, so we can see, you know what I'm saying, our King, you know what I'm saying, and the type of brotherhood that is supposed to be displayed, you know what I'm saying, on a daily basis if you are black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. This type of brotherhood, you know what I'm saying, a man that is blessed, you know what I'm saying, with so many gifts, you know what I'm saying, and he could have did anything that he wanted to do, but he is going to display this for you as a black, Hispanic, and Native Indian man. I want you to grab for me Matthew chapter 26 and verse 20, start at verse 26 for me, priest, if you could. You know what I'm saying? Now, this is the display, you know what I'm saying, of somebody that, you know what I'm saying, takes the time to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, when it's time to celebrate, you know what I'm saying, somebody that's going to be patient enough to endure, like the brother was saying, you know what I'm saying, to it's time to, you know what I'm saying, to take our position and celebrate the way we supposed to celebrate.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 26. As they were eating, Jesus took bread and blessed it, and brake it, and gave it to the disciples, and said, "Take, eat, this is my body."
This right here, you know what I'm saying, is labeled the Last Supper, you know what I'm saying? Yahushua King, you know what I'm saying, his disciples, you know what I'm saying, sitting around the table, and Yahushua King is telling them, they all know, you know what I'm saying, what's about to come. You know what I'm saying? He telling them about all the things that's about to come, how he's going to have to lose his life and different things of that nature. And this is, you know what I'm saying, what he's doing right now is breaking bread for the last time with the men that he's risen up to raise up his people as a whole. Read.
Come. Verse 27, and he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, "Drink ye all of it." Verse 28, "For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many for the remission of sins."
Which is shed for the remission of sins. Like this is gonna, just like Caiaphas had prophesied, this one man is gonna, you know what I'm saying, gonna die, and he's gonna cleanse, you know what I'm saying, the sins of a lot of his people. You know what I'm saying? So him dying, you know what I'm saying, is gonna save lives. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, this metaphor that he's speaking in, you know what I'm saying, lost a lot of his followers, you know what I'm saying, beforehand. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, you know, them drinking of his blood and different things, when it just was symbolic of the wine. But read.
Verse 29, "I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom."
Read that again from the top for me, please.
Verse 29, "But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom."
In my Father's kingdom. This is Yahushua showing you that as a Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, that's true and natural brotherhood that's supposed to be in our spirit. This brother is not going to take a sip of wine again until he tastes it in his Father's kingdom with you, his brother. You know what I'm saying? That is showing that, you know what I'm saying, he is not going to be satisfied until his people is in proper position and his people is ruling the face of the earth, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. You got something else, Priest? With that, I'm going to pass the crowds over to Priest and Officer Karyash.